Hello and welcome to Anime at Large, where we have different unboxings of physical media for Blu-rays, DVDs, almost you name it. And then we got some figure specials, Collector's Den, and a few others. But what you have today is the main bread and butter of what I've been buying. So mostly on physical media. So recently I went around different areas of secondhand stores that sell video games, DVDs, Blu-rays, and whatnot with a couple friends. And this is what I found so far just from the Blu-ray DVD side. I'll probably do another video of what I found from a figure standpoint, maybe some other items, but for now, this is about it from that standpoint, and a little bit that were found online. So without further ado, let's get started. First one we got here is Robotech, Shadow Chronicles, and Love Live Alive. So this is a 2-movie collection set. Again, they did several different versions of this, and they had one for each individual movie. This is just a combination of the two. So, yeah, Robotech. This one's right here a little bit more interesting. I'm trying to collect now these things right here, anime test drives. So we have 3 of them here, which I found. And they did this a while back just to give you like a few episodes to pretty much test, hence test drive, if you like the show or not. So if you want to buy more of the volumes. So this one here includes the first 2 episodes. And the idea was to buy the box set and test drive, and then you would get like a rebate form or some sort, apparently. So interesting concept they had. I don't know how many of these they made, but it's quite interesting. All of them are about 2 episodes. This one is the now and then, here and there. So yeah, the anime is the perfect introduction to most popular series. So I don't know, it just seemed interesting for Central Park Media that they did this, and I always find them every once in a while, and thought, might as well see how many there are. I think right now I have about 5. I forget what the other 2 I have, but there most likely is a little bit more out there, probably for each big title. So next one we got here is Burn Up. So big crimes, big bus. So yeah, ADV Filmworks. One of the few ones I still need in the collection. Kind of one I didn't really realize, but yeah. Danger, body armor. Yeah, so it seemed interesting. It was a while since I randomly still needed it. So next one here is more of an import, but it's a favorite. Dominion Tank Police. This seems like the UK version. Manga video. And yeah, this is acts 1 and 2. So it just seemed interesting. Found it randomly in the wild. Again, Dominion Tank Police by itself is pretty expensive. $50 minimum, maybe up to 100 if you're lucky. So it's a great show, and I saw act 1 and 2. Sure, maybe I'll find 3 and 4 later. I'm not too worried about it. So next one's here. We're kind of go with the Blu-rays last, and then we're just go straight into New Cutie Honey. So this is the Discotek release. There is a Blu-ray out, but again, I found this for like $5-7. Why not? Really, in the end of the day. So DVD version, open. Great stuff, great classic. Talking about great classics, we got is Golden Boy. Now this is an interesting version. This is the Discotek release, which I forgot they did release this as well. And again, usually the older versions still go for a pretty good price. This does not. So if you want to find the best way to view this from a physical media standpoint, find the Discotek release. I think it's still going for like $20, maybe 30 at most. So yeah, great show, great OVA. Yeah, just watch it. Next one we got is Bleach, double feature. This is just the first two movies, and yeah, just another release for Bleach. Nothing too special. More ADV here we got is Airbats. Great show. One of the first ones I watched for anime. Again, I got this on VHS already. Finding on DVD is not easy anymore. And if you do find it, again, not very cheap or affordable, should I say. So luckily I found this for a better price. But yeah, great show, great premise, especially if you like flying, pilots, 90s. Yeah. Go watch it. Great stuff. More oldie we got here is Patlabor 2, the movie. This is from Manga Entertainment. And yeah, there's different versions for Patlabor in general. And yeah, I didn't have the manga release, so great classic. Another one I haven't really watched much of, but it's interesting. We got is Devilman, complete TV series. This should be the discotheque version. This one does have the slipcover on it. And there is the Devilman Crybaby on Netflix, if it's still there. This is the original release. I have not watched this release yet, like I mentioned, but it seemed interesting. And yeah, excited to watch more of it. Talking about more ADV that this is like my ADV trip, is Ruin Explorers. A great little short classic, just a few episodes here. Again, one of the first ones I saw on VHS, so that shows quite a bit. But yeah, great stuff about, again, if you like 90s, great music, the aesthetic, this is what you need to watch. Like 100%. It gets you going on great plot, even though it's short. Next one here for more classics we got is Dragon Half. Now, this is the Essential Anime Collection version, kind of like what I showed for the Slayers movie. But yeah, Dragon Half, very much of a classic show for ADV, and yeah, a little spicy, but yeah, I'll leave it there. Another one here that I found, which I think I found all 4 volumes, is The Soul Taker. So 4 volumes here, very shiny covers. But yeah, found all 4 of them. I don't think I've seen a box set for these. If I do find one later on, definitely will get it. But so far, I have not. So if you have seen a box set, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Soul Taker. Just seemed interesting, and finding all 4 at one time, sure, why not? Another one here we got here is from Bandai, Haunted Junction. I have not really watched this, but it was another one, not a hard set to find really in general, but thought why not? Bandai, still one of the few ones I still need. Now for the Blu-rays, I got some out of print stuff. I don't think this one really is per se, but it is hard to find. Invaders of the Rakujoma, Sentai release specifically, and yeah, just seemed interesting. And yeah, 12 episodes. Next one here for more Sentai we got is UQ Holder. So yeah, quite unique in its own way, I guess. But yeah, one that is truly out of print is Sony Eye, which is Supersonico the animation. Now this is really hard to find. It's no longer in print. DVD's hard to find, but Blu-ray is almost non-existent, sadly. think I showed a while back the DVD. So this is a double dip. But again, this is something you just find randomly out in the wild. So um, I think again, not a cheap find usually, but again, if you can find it for 50 or less, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. So great show, especially if you like the character Supersonico. I think the dub was not too bad, personally, but yeah, definitely worth it. Next ones here we got are from Funimation. We got is SSS Gridman Standard Edition with slipcover. So, not a bad show. Mecha, again, definitely worth it if you're into that kind of thing. More of a traditional sense, we got is Konohana Kitan with slipcover. And yeah, it seems like a Ryokan traditional. Yeah, seemed interesting from that standpoint. This is the second part of how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. I've had part 1 for the longest time, and now I've found part 2. So, and with slipcover, so even better, can complete the set. And then for the last Blu-ray without the limited editions today, we got is Nagasate Aranto. So this is a Discotek release, and yeah, found it for like $15 or so. So it's like, why not? So for the next part here, we got is some limited editions. First limited edition we got here is My Neighbor Totoro. This is the big box 30th anniversary set. There's so many different versions of this. Great movie, great classic. Just has a lot into it. But yeah, GKIDS really pushing out on all the editions. So I think this is the last version they have so far of it, in my opinion. But either way. Next one we got here is Love Live. So we got season 1 and then season 2. So this one here has actually all the art cards on it. So pretty exciting to see that. And season 2 on the box. So again, another set to complete here. Great stuff. I still prefer the original Love Live, but Sunshine was enjoyable by itself. Great music. So happy to get that. And then on top of that, I got the Love Live Sunshine Over the Rainbow movie. Now this is not an easy find, usually. So this has the movie in it, in just like a cardboard box over it. So, yeah, get more Love Live. Found it together. Best time to get it, but yeah. Again, if you like Love Live, put some comments down below and tell me which is your favorite Love Live. But yeah, without further ado, that's really about it for this time. No Aniplex found in this trip. All the ones I found were either ones I had or way too pricey, like usual. So yeah. Either way, that's about it. Like I said, hope to see you next time, and keep on buying, keep on collecting, and have a great day.